Hi guys, welcome to this episode of Sustainable Stace. We're in the beet patch, but not maybe in the sense you're thinking. We're in the beet patch in the sense of here's a beet that went to seed, and we're going to talk about beets right through a 1 year long or 2 year long life cycle. Stay tuned.
I'm Stacy Taves. For me, healthy food and sustainability are totally connected. You can grow it yourself. Nature is generous.
Hi guys, welcome back to Sustainable Stace. I want to talk to you about beets kind of through a 1 year life cycle. Most people plant a seed, pick a plant like a beet, and then they figure it's over. But what I've started to do is save my own seeds by letting plants go to seed, which means you get to see the plant for a long time. I had this amazing variety of beet last year, which I let overwinter by leaving the plants in the ground through the winter. And this is one of the plants I left behind. Now it's a variety of beet called a winter keeper. And you can see that all the flowers turned into seeds. And I've got a bowl here, I'll just show you, of all the different seeds I've been pulling off this plant. And every single seed obviously can plant another beet. So it's pretty incredible when you get to see that. I've got back here another one, if you take a look. Here's another single seed planted, became a beet. It's kind of grown into the grass here. But this has honestly started out as one beet. Can you imagine how much food and how many seeds you can get from one plant going to seed? Now what I'm going to do is we're just going to move over to another section of the garden. I'm going to show you where the babies from this plant are, okay? Stay tuned. Okay, so now we're in the beet patch. So the seeds that I took from the plant that I just showed you, the winter keeper beet that I took, some of them are still on the plant, which I showed you, and some of them I planted here. I actually planted those plus another variety of beets as well. So the one that are winter keeper are right here, and you can see I planted them here. And if you've seen my fall and winter garden show, or episode rather, you'll see that I planted this bed, it was about 7 weeks ago. These beets were planted 6 or 7 weeks ago, and I purposely, because I have thousands of seeds, I planted them pretty thick. And then I eat the tops like beet greens, cooked kind of like spinach or kale. I cook them in a pan, do them in stir fries with eggs in the morning and things like that. They're super nutritious, and because I plant them thick, I need to thin them out. So I eat those plants, and then they gradually have room for the root part to grow. I usually put a little bit of fertilizer, that organic fertilizer that I've given a recipe for on my YouTube videos before, in here. And once the plants are up and established, I just go between the rows of the plants that I've got growing here with some straw, and that keeps in the moisture and keeps out the weeds, and then you're rocking. So these are 7-week-old beets, and this is a winter keeper beet that I planted, like I say, 7 weeks ago, and it's already getting going, and you can see how big it is there. It's like the size of a small baseball. And those are going to keep on growing and probably get to like a large softball or even larger size. And those greens are still edible. I feed the tops to my chickens if I'm not going to eat them, and the beets are beautiful. And then I've got another variety that I'm trying out. They're called cylindria. So think of the word cylinder. And I've got some of those right here, and I'm just starting to take a look at those guys. Here's a cylindria beet, and you can see they're a much different shape than the winter keeper. So see how one's really round and one's much longer. So I think I can get cylindrias to grow a lot closer to each other, just like carrots. So I'm going to try those out, and then I'll let a couple of the lucky ones go to seed for the next season, save their seeds, and then I'll have winter keeper beet seeds, cylindria beet seeds, and I'll be able to plant 2 varieties. So this is an incredible way to share your seeds with others and plant them. It's a great overwintering crop, needs very little care. You plant in late July or August. Where I live on the West Coast, they take off, they enjoy the cool weather when the rain starts to come again as summer winds down. They need very little to no fertilizer. One thing that's often recommended for beets is to add a little bit of phosphorus, which they especially like, and then they deliver that back as nutrition when you eat them. And phosphorus is easily sourced from things like rock phosphate or bone meal or fish meal. So any of those products will be a good help. Rock phosphate, fish meal, bone meal. So I hope that helps you get rocking on beets if you haven't before. I grate them raw into salads. I add them into coleslaw. I love them steamed. I love them chopped and fried. They're really good with sour cream. They're amazing cooked with dill. There's so many. You had a beet with butter? Just beets with butter in a pan? Woo! You can do good things, right? It's really easy. So I hope you learned a little bit about beets today, realize how simple it is, and hey, more power to you if you can find a way to let one plant just go to seed, give it a chance to be a legacy type of beet plant, save the seeds for next year. So if you liked today's video and you learned something about beets and you want to pass that along or get more, you can check out Sustainable Stace up in the top right, and there you can find on my website other blog posts, photos, and understand more aspects about growing fruit, veggie, caring for birds and bees and the rest. If you look down in the bottom right, you'll be able to find a way to subscribe to YouTube channel, and there on YouTube, if you've subscribed, you'll get an email in your inbox telling you that there's another video uploaded at Sustainable Stace. So check that out. Thanks for joining.